Just a spark, a small light in the dark, daring to dance and grow into a flame, glowing bright, yellow, red, and white, flickering for nothing stays the same. Whoa, dance and glow. The good days never seem to last, they're gone before you know. Ooh, feel that glow.
That's me in the drive-thru. That's me at Chick-fil-A, losing my patience. Just trying to get some food, and I don't think they're gonna do it. Oh no, they've ran out of nuggets. I've had enough.
Back in my day, we didn't have avocados. Everything was the pits.
I'm hungry. Sell me some Sasquatch nuggets.
Oh, man, Michaela, you know, I just love these chicken nuggets, but I eat them all the time, and they're just getting so old. I wish there was something new.
Carl, you're in luck.
Yeah.
There is something new. It's called Sasquatch nuggets.
Oh.
They're so rare, just like Sasquatch, and they taste amazing. The only catch, you have to eat them really, really quick before they disappear.
Oh. A little hair in there, but
That's the Sasquatch. Isn't it good?
do you have any sauce?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is the Bigfoot barbecue.
Oh. I got a big one here. Tastes just like the great outdoors.
With every bite, you're closer to catching Sasquatch.
Sasquatch nuggets.
Sasquatch nuggets, available at McDonald's when the McRib is available.
Well, I don't have necessarily a specific birthday memory, but many good memories, because growing up, my birthday is on Valentine's Day, and my grandfather's birthday was also on Valentine's Day. So growing up as a kid, we got to celebrate together. And because it was on Valentine's Day, we always got a heart-shaped cake, of course, and all of my presents were wrapped with hearts and were pink and red.
Oh, sweet.
Right. But it was always nice being able to share my birthday with my grandfather, and my grandfather wasn't a very outwardly emotional man, but my mom always tells me that the day I was born, he was at the hospital apparently, and he was smiling from ear to ear. So, yeah.
Lovely little creatures, Hedgehog.
Why the hedgehog cross the road?
Why?
He was headed to Sonic.
Okay, so they're in Germany. We like Germany tonight.
Oh, I'm so glad we're finally here in Germany, Trey. I've been waiting for this vacation for such a long time. You know, this is where my family is, my heritage is located, so.
I know, you've told me, and I can't wait to try the beer that your ancestors make here.
Stop. Western.
Well, let's just mosey on into this German saloon here. Well, barkeep, we'd like a flagon of your finest German ale.
And make it snappy.
Ching, ching.
And 2 more for the horses out front.
Yeah.
Freeze. Musical.
Oh, my beer, I love to drink my beer.
Doo-dah, doo-dah.
I drink it all day long in here.
All the doo-dah day.
Oh, run all night, gonna drink all day. Bet my money on something else. Oh, the doo-dah.
Film noir.
Now, Johnny, if you don't tell me what you did with her, I swear to God, I'll smack you right good.
Now, Frankie, I'm standing over here trying to enjoy my beer.
Oh, you listen here. That'll be the last beer you have as a free man if you don't tell me right now.
Stop motion documentary.
And here we see the German in his natural habitat. Drinking a flagon of beer and dancing.
Freeze, sci-fi.
See the lights in the sky. I think they finally arrived. They're coming for our beer.
Quick, to the basement. We have to protect all of the beer.
Yes.
Freeze. Or
Quick, into the basement. The killer's right behind us. Save the kegs.
Freeze.
Save the kegs.
freeze. Porn.
Oh.
And that's Johnny Rama.
Hey Trey, did you hear the joke about the hamster?
No.
Well, in order to tell it, let me bring in my third wheel.
Got a couple classics, being the all-star athlete I was. I played soccer and tennis in high school a little bit. So my soccer memory is I was a halfback running down the field, and in the midst of tussling with the ball with another player on the opposite team, I slid and fell, and the opposite player stepped on my thigh with his cleats, and I had 3 nice cleat marks embedded in my thigh for next week or so. That was my my soccer story. My tennis story is that one day after a tennis match, my friend and I were practicing, and I thought it would be cool to do a celebratory jump over the net. So I went running, toward the net, leaped, got almost all the way over, and my back foot caught the ridge of the net, and I went face first. Smashed my glasses, scraped up my face. And so thank goodness nobody was filming that.
Trey, did you hear the joke about Jupiter?
No.
It's out of this world.
Oh, I heard it was similar to the one from Uranus.
I was gonna.
Hey, Laura, did you hear the joke about the accountants?
No, Coral
I
didn't.
tell it, but it's taxing.
Yeah, and it keeps adding up and
Yeah.
adding up.
So, Carl, what are you doing, and what are you choosing?
Melted chocolate queen.
Melted chocolate or cream?
All right. Melted chocolate. Melted chocolate. That's all I got.
You did it, right?
Carl?
The secret of Atlantis. I've always been very fascinated by, the mythology of Atlantis, and if it really truly was a civilization, or if it was an advanced civilization brought on by maybe alien intelligence, or, a lot of mythology has some basis in reality.
Well,
So, Michaela will translate whatever Trey says, and Kevin will translate whatever Carl says, as we listen to the Swedish version of The Purge.
Oh, hump to hernde.
I'm not sure what's going over there, but I think it's time to kill somebody.
Bjork.
Yup, you're right. Let's do this.
Here, chick.
The one thing I always like to do before I kill people is a bunch of jumping jacks.
Bjork, meatball.
Me too, meatballs.
Ja, uns Wunder hinter.
I think we'll have to get down on the ground and crawl so they don't see us.
Bjork, 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 Bjork.
We might have to get a little bit lower. I think they can still see us.
Oh, meine Hundefreunde. Oh, I see ya, Hanna.
Oh, I believe that there's a group of ducks over there.
Quack, 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 quack.
Bjork, 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 Bjork meatball.
They might be easier to kill, Meatball.
Kommen Sie. Das ist not Swedish.
I think they're German ducks.
Ja.
Bjork.
Well, if they're German ducks, then we should sing the national anthem of Germany, which you know we always do standing on one leg.
Oh. Da. Da 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 da
Yay, German ducks!
Oh. Oh, hump the harndy ferny.
That really wears me out. I think we should maybe get a drink.
Bjork, Bjork, meatball.
It is 3:02 in my time. That's time for a drink, Meatball.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
On that note, you see, there's not much I would go back and change in history. You know, I'm kind of the belief that everything that's happened up until now was supposed to happen to get to where we're at today. But to feed my nerd side, my nerd brain, I would go back and make Fox, I don't know if anybody's going to get this, but go back and make Fox renew Firefly for at least several more seasons instead of canceling it after the first season.
Oh my God.
That, and I would go back and I would cancel them making the Garbage Pail Kids movie and at least hold off until they had a good director and good enough special effects that it could have been done properly. That's it.
Boy, man.
Oh, man.
Again, it wasn't my own money, and it was at a carnival/fair when I was a kid. My grandparents took me, and they had the game where you have to throw a ping pong ball into a goldfish bowl, and they have like a whole sea of goldfish bowls, and if you get it in one, you win a goldfish. And I don't know how much money my grandmother spent on me because I wanted a goldfish so bad. And finally, again, I don't know how much money she spent. I got one in and I won myself a goldfish. Well, as most carnivals are, it was during the summer, very hot. And on the way back to their house, I wanted to stop at the playground. So they stopped at the playground for me and let me play. And I left the goldfish in the car.
Oh, no. Disclaimer, no animals were harmed during the making of this show.
But only of his memory.
Needless to say, the poor little goldfish was cooked when I was done playing and we got back to the car.
Turning to the captain of this mission, Karl. Karl, this will be your first mission flying shellfish into space.
Yes, and actually, I've just indulged in some of the wonderful shellfish that's been sent up to us, and I can't say just how good it was. I am seeing ghosts around me, but I do believe that that's supposed to happen. And my comrade here, Matt, his face is melting a little bit, and he looks a little bit like the Hulk. But I think we're okay. The shellfish was wonderful, and if you happen to see some of the crustaceans falling to Earth there, Kevin. Just know that we enjoyed the shellfish tremendously, and its return to Earth
I hate to interrupt you, Carl, but I'm getting a buzzing in my right ear. The golden
Bad boy Carl smoking at the mall.
They used to have at the Valley Mall, they had this big square like indentation. It was like a sitting area you could walk down into, and they had fake plants and stuff. They called it the pit. We called it the pit. And that's the only place you could smoke was in the pit, even though it was wide open. There was no like enclosed, whatever. You could go in the pit and you could smoke. So all the teenagers would go in the pit, hang out, smoke, cause a ruckus.
Oh, hello, masters and mistresses. Igor here. Do you suffer from brain fatigue? Memory loss getting worse? Do you have troubling memories you can't get rid of? Or just looking for an alternative high-protein snack? Well, just come on down to Igor's Brain Emporium, and we'll help you trade in your old brain for a new model. Oh, yes, here at Igor's Brain Emporium, we've got brains of all shapes and sizes, young and old, good and evil, man and woman, any type of brain you can think of, pun intended. Here at Igor's, we use a special preservative process and guarantee that no brain comes harmed or damaged. And for the savvy customer that doesn't mind spending a little extra, we can remove a fresh brain for you on the spot. No questions asked, of course. And implant it that same day. Oh, so bring your noggin down to Igor's Brain Emporium. And if you're a first-time customer, your first transplant is free. Igor's Brain Emporium. Let us do the thinking for ya.
Trey, did you hear the joke about the Whiskey Rebellion?
No.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell because you have to do it all in one shot.
I take mine as a double.
And pause, and it kind of goes on like this for a few more minutes, and I don't like that as much, so I'm going to fast forward until the UPS guy shows up. So we'll just fast forward here a little bit, so action going forward, great, and look, here comes the UPS man now, and play!
Yes, I've got special delivery for Mr. Monkey.
Thank you so much. If you want to come in, this is our dancing disco monkey.
I think this is one of my favorite scenes, but it's most affecting when you see it in French. So let's hear it in French from here on out. Play.
Oui, oui. Oui, oui. Good monkey. No.
Let's just pause that for a moment and take the French audio track off, put it back on English. And I know we have a director's commentary here. It was directed by Matt and Trey, and they had a comment on this big fight scene that's about to happen now. I'll turn down the players, and we'll just let them decide and let the directors talk about it. Play!
So what you're seeing here is that scientists have just learned that the monkey is actually just a guy in a suit who is scammed to get fans.
Yeah. Pause this one here, because this is where we see the real violence here. I don't want any kids in the audience like, Ari, I don't want you to be frightened here, so let me just fast forward just a little bit. This is big, and we'll get up to the great party scene at the end. And pause, it's like Star Wars, they've even got their own Yub Nub song. Wait for it, here it goes, play!
Monkeys and bananas! Monkeys and bananas!
Let's go! There for a second to try to let them catch their breath. I love that dance so much. A little bit of rewind. And play. One more time.
Monkeys and bananas! We're gonna do
Let's go. And it kind of goes on from there, so we'll just fast forward to the end where there's the big kiss between all three of them. Fade to black and roll credits. The greatest fucking movie ever.
185 5 cowboys walk into a bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve cowboys here." And the cowboys say, "What, are you Redskins fans?"
How did the preppy cross the road?
In his cardigan.
Why didn't the lion tamer cross the road?
Why?
He was whipped.
All right, Karl, you're up.
All right. Well, so first, realistically, if I won $1 million, sensibly, I would pay off my wife and I's debt, pay off her school loans through the rest of her college experience or her school expenses until she completes college. Probably find a new place to live, a nice new house, go on a very nice vacation, maybe to England like we've been wanting to do, where my wife was born, so she can see the house she was born in.
What part?
And then invest the rest probably, and if we have enough, just retire early.
What part of
That would be
England?
the sensible thing. Now, the real brain part of me says that there's a lot of really cool, rare, expensive toys out there that
Why did the duck jaywalk across the road? Why? Because he was daffy. Why did the Vikings cross the road? Why? They were feeling a bit horny.
Go.
Did you hear the joke about popcorn?
No.
I can tell it in a jiffy.
What do you got? I am the greatest evil scientist in the free world. Dr. I have a dick pic. I would like to introduce you to my assistant, who I found in the streets of Germany, cowering quietly. He answers only to the name of Igor. Yes, master. I have spent my life coming up with a machine, with equipment that is capable of taking 2 creatures and combining them into one. And I would like to display that for you this evening. So I would like some suggestions on types of creatures that we would like to see combined.
A crab and a lemur.
A crab, a lemur, any others?
Sloth.
A sloth,
Seahorse.
Cat. A nun.
cat. Oh, nun. I like nuns. Yes. Lemur. I like the lemur. I don't know, it's jumping over cliffs.
Yes, jumping nun. Instead of the flying nun.
Okay, so, we need to get everything hooked up here so that we can get this creature up here.
I'll get the tools.
And we have cables over here. You catch them. Yes. Ready to throw the switch and we will put
Yes.
We'll put the lemur button and the nun button. There we go.
Ready,
Throw
master.
the switch.
Ah! It's alive!
It is alive.
It's alive!
It's alive. Angelina Jolie. Oh. The lemur nun is here. Sally Fields would be so excited.
She doesn't look very lively.
No, she doesn't. How's my habit?
It speaks, master. It
It
speaks.
does, it talks.
Where's the nearest tree? I need to find it.
Oh, we
Now
don't
wait
have to-
just a minute.
What?
It is I, Dr. Professor Magna Cum Laude Sheets.
It is my diabolical nemesis.
You may have created a non-lemur, but I have brought with me my cat crab. Cat crab. And we will destroy you. Meow.
Attack! Lemur nun! Attack the cat crab!
I have my ruler here.
Use your holy powers.
Oh! A ruler and a cat!
Yes. Yes.
Write it down.
Yes.
Yes!
Get the cat crab. She's just a pussy anyway.
York City.
Let's go get stuck in the same tree together.
185 librarians walk into the bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve librarians here. The librarian said, well, that's fine. Yeah. No, really, that's a fine. Yes. 185 symphony conductors walk into a bar. Bartender says, I'm sorry, we don't serve symphony conductors here. Symphony conductors say, so that's your stick?
Hey, Kevin, did you hear the joke about the hermit crab?
No, I did not.
It's a little long because it's got an extra clause, I have to tell.
As most of you know, I'm like a 10-year-old trapped in a 40-year-old's body. And I'm not called the toy master or toy man for no reason. You know, I collect robots that transform into things like cars and planes and all kinds of different stuff. And I collect little trading cards that show little kids displaying bodily functions and snot and farting and
the garbage pail kids. Oh, thank
garbage
God.
pail kids. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I collect dragons. I collect comic book stuff, Game of Thrones, sci-fi, horror, all kinds of.
And you have.
How well do you know your U2?
Fairly well, considering it's my wife's favorite group. And
Okay.
She's seen them like 1 billion times in concert.
All right, yeah, then misprinted name in the style of U2.
And it's funny because I'm Carl with a K and she's Catherine with a C. So, okay, U2. Misprinted name. I'm going to dedicate this to my wife, Catherine. Catherine took a walk with her husband downtown. She had a bad day and was feeling quite down. So they walk into a shop and order a latte. When she gets her cup, instead of a C, her name is spelled with a K. Whoops. She's sipping it and feeling better. The sun comes out and improves the weather. It's all right, all right. She approves of her misprinted name. It's all right, all right. She approves of her misprinted name, yeah.
Yeah.
Carl? 185 stormtroopers walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve stormtroopers here. The stormtroopers say, God, I can't speak. Stormtroopers say, darn, we brought our Han Solo cups.
That's a good one.
Why did the firemen cross the road?
Why?
They were asking people to take a poll.
Oh. All right, there we go.
We got enough with snuff.
I don't know it's when order snuff you do. Anyway, so now we need a scene for our two players. Can you give me an activity or something that these two characters will be doing?
Dancing.
They're going to start off dancing? Okay. Let's see.
I got to make that print bigger.
Trey.
I'm sorry.
Trey and Carl. Yeah, they're backwards. You are dancing.
I don't think this is the right dance we do at this dance club. I thought it was more like. Is that right?
I think so.
Roxbury kind of.
Yeah, it's a lot more
Film
casual.
noir.
But you know, we're not here to dance, Harry.
They stood there in the dark dance club. The lights and the music pulsing around. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, the woman in the black dress appeared in the shadow.
That's her, Harry. That's our mark. All right, you go butter her up, and I'll stand here by the bar and see if her accomplice is anywhere nearby.
Rom-com.
Oh, baby. I didn't know you were coming to the dance club tonight.
Oh, I'm just so happy to be here. I haven't been out in forever. Oh, you know, not since that thing happened between us.
Yes,
Yeah, and
well.
since she shacked up with me because of that thing.
Oh, Nibble!
What?
Oh, my! Nibble!
How could you? After all the comments I gave you about your long, luscious locks.
Her.
Ah! Those long, luscious locks! Ah!
I knew there was something weird about you, lady!
Ah! She just came out of that television! Ah! Trey! Trey!
Sci-fi! Welcome to
been
the Planet
regenerated.
Quartet. I'm Clematis, and I'm glad you guys are here, space travelers. For you see, that sun is about to explode. Well, thank God we got you here then.
As a scientist, I feel like it's my duty to inform you that suns are always exploding. That's how they work.
Good point. I'll have to write that down.
Captain, I don't think our suits are going to be able to hold up to that sun exploding.
Bollywood.
You have got the reason to explode my sun. I will now assume a various religious pose.
Grindhouse.
Not a religious pose! Let's get out of here! Whip out the machine gun!
Documentary.
And here we see an amazing example of what late-stage colonialism looks like. Refer to this.
Oh, my son. Yes. Now, please.
As you can see, he's taking away the ceremonial hairstyle and reforming it into
Musical.
I don't know.
Has anybody seen Batman? I'm looking for Batman. Did you hear the joke about the mixed nuts?
No.
Well, either way, don't let me cash you pecan, at my nuts.
Carl?
On that note, 185 Mars rovers walk to the bar. The bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve Mars rovers here." And the Mars rovers said, "Well, we're glad you seized the opportunity and used your spirit and perseverance to make us leave the bar."
Okay, he's used them all.
Right.
We're done.
Well, thankfully, I'm married to a woman of many talents who I think would help me survive the apocalypse. My wife can knit and sew and can and cook and garden and pretty much any skill you would need to survive the apocalypse. But unfortunately, she's married to a wussy of a husband, and like Haley, I probably would die pretty quickly.
Oh, hey, buddy. Hey.
Oh man, bartender. I'm just having a heck of a time. I need a tonic. You got
it. Happen to have one right here for you? Go ahead. Tell me.
Well, not really. Yeah, I could use a drink too, but I need a tonic. You know, something for up here. Well, let me just tell you about it.
Sure.
Well, I know it was there, and I saw how it looked. Saw it with my own two eyes. Now I'll just lift up my chin, 'cause I know I won't win. It was all just a pack of lies. I can feel it. I'm losing my hair, all right. Thanks, Dad. And I've been dreading this moment for all of my life. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad.
Do you remember the upstairs of the Valley Mall?
Yes.
There was a
and the
couple of
magic
stores
shop,
up there.
The magic shop. I love the magic
Yeah.
shop. I'd go in there and buy like little prank things like fake vomit and whoopee cushions and there was an elevator you could ride to the top floor.
That was the best mall in the whole wide world.
I forgot we grew
Friendly's
up.
ice cream. Yeah, Friendly's
Denise
ice
and
cream, a Long John
Denise and I
Silver's,
graduated from the
everything.
same high school.
Yep.
Tell the folks.
Armpit hair sweater.
You know, Michaela, I love to wear sweaters, but I'm just so tired all the time of the synthetic material that they use nowadays to make the sweaters. I wish there was a more natural solution.
I agree. I think there's nothing better than keeping everything natural. And I just heard about this amazing new product. It is a sweater made out of real armpit hair.
Ooh.
Yes, you heard me correctly. You can get them in all different colors. You can use dye on them to make them whatever color you want. And the only real side effect is that they're just a little bit itchy.
Now, can I order like brunette or blonde or yes, redhead?
You can order all of the above.
Oh, like mix and match?
Yeah, and the best part is it's waterproof. That way you can wear it all summer too. You can wear it in the pool when you're swimming.
Ooh.
You can wear it in a torrential downpour. You can wear it when you trip and fall into the river. And it'll stay dry.
Now, is it deodorant resistant or?
They all smell great.
Oh, well, I think you've got me sold.
We should go get some armpit hair sweaters. Armpit hair sweaters. They're waterproof.
And they don't stick.
Yeah.
185 narcissists walk into the bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve narcissists here." And the narcissists say, "Well, fine. We'll just go out the door." Why do the computers cross the road?
Why?
100110001.
I understand that.
And how dare you, just might I say. Trey's mother is, oh, well, anyway.
I spent a lot of time in Cape Cod as a kid because my step-grandmother lived there. We'd go up every summer. She lived in Brewster. And then my wife and I went last year. My first time my wife had been there. We stayed in Provincetown, and we're going up, hopefully, again this year in October. That's where I'm going to be when I can't do the show on October 10th. Okay, I won't fight. I won't fight. Well, my plans, I keep saying, I've been putting it off probably for like 2 years, is to finally get this, the room I'm in right now, turned into my game/nerd/toy room, and get some of my stuff finally up and displayed, and hopefully looking nice, and have an escape for me to go to. It's been an office/show room for stuff like this, but I really need to get it all cleaned out and put shelves up, and yeah, because I'm running out of room to store things. Too many toys. Who would have known I could say that at age 45?
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I have to say that I've never thought much about this, but I must have a thing for English. An older crush would have to be, well, let's go first with Benedict Cumberbatch. He's my younger crush. Benadryl Cumberbund.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but him as Sherlock Holmes, or the voice of Smaug, pretty sexy.
Oh.
Did you hear the joke about the mother-in-law?
No.
It's not funny.
My heart is beating for all of you. Mwah. Mwah.
Carl?
185 boobs walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve boobs here." The boobs say, "Okay, we'll just be seeing our way out the door."
Carl.
Well, I'd probably have to say it'd be titled Toy Man the Musical. And my mom says I look a lot like him, or he looks a lot like me, so we'd have to get Lin-Manuel to play me in the musical.
Scott, did you hear the joke about green chilies?
No.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, yes!
185 jelly beans walk into the bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve jelly beans here." And the jelly beans say, "Well, we'll just have to chew on this."
Ooh! Outstanding. Watering plants, something simple. I like it.
Oh, my begonias have never looked more beautiful.
She's groggy, Mac.
Really? You can tell that just by looking at her?
All you need is a knockout punch.
But those are my begonias, and I've got to give them a little drink of water. Excuse me, would you mind to pump some water into this for me? Harder, faster. Okay, never mind.
For therapeutic reasons.
Oh yes, water for therapeutic reasons.
Therapeutic is all hell.
You know, this farm's a continent when you go foot by foot by foot, dropping seeds in it.
What kind of plants are we watering here? What were those seeds you were putting down?
I'll think on it.
Lady, we think you are full of bull.
I never consorted with the devil. I ain't got no puppets, honest, mister.
Here we go.
I just don't know how we're going to handle this situation. My flowers are starting to dry up here.
Perhaps if we call the magistrate. Magistrate!
Does he have a watering can? Can he help me?
Mr. Hale?
One question. What's the THC content of all these plants?
We're not supposed to talk about the green light effect.
Please.
Oh, my bad.
Please don't lean on the glass. It makes finger marks.
That's what they say at all the head shops. Okay. They're starting to really come up. Daggone, these things are getting to be 6 feet tall.
Now behave yourselves, boys.
It will keep if it's where to be kept, but Mary Warren swears she saw none in my house.
Oh, no? I say we take it to your house and roll it up and we'll see how long it takes us to get rid of this stuff.
What say you?
I'm totally enamored with that.
Let's go.
Wire, briar, limber, lock. 3 geese in a flock. 1 flew east, 1 flew west, 1 flew over the cuckoo's nest.
It is, sir. It is, sir.
It's been in my stash.
Yeah.
But this child claims that you are not truthful.
Why not?
You tell him.
You will not. You will not. Mr. Hale, be gone, I say.
I guess you're going. I guess I'll take these home with me.
You be safe as long as you keep your temper.
With this, I'll be so mellow it won't matter.
Thank goodness that's over. Okay, now you can do it.
Carl?
Fortune Cookie says, bakers are like hippies. They both use a lot of flower power. Back in my day, we didn't have telekinesis. Hell, we had a hard enough time telling which kin were the nephews. Telekin nephews. I saw Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal in the theaters when I was a kid. And Dark Crystal scared the poop out of me.
Oh, I'd love the remake. If you
I'm Vlad Smiley. Welcome to What's Your Blood Type? That's another weird thing I do.
Your mustache?
Is lick my mustache.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do it all the time, like when I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I do that.
My dad does it too. And it's funny because I'm pretty sure I inherited that weird little trait because I didn't remember him doing it when I was growing up.
I'll catch myself chewing on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear the joke about silence?
No.
No.
Fortune Cookie says cats are like garbage men. They both like to play in litter. I would say everyone needs to experience New York City at least once in their lifetime, and especially see a show on Broadway. I just like how you throw Gimp Mask in there.
Yeah. Right?
Nonchalant, just Gimp Mask.
We all passed right by it.
Back in my day, we didn't have official breakfast meats. We had that American classic, Spam. You're welcome.
Yes.
Speaking of people tuning in, my mother's tuning in tonight, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Mom. Hi, Mom.
Glocker.
And my mom, when I was growing up, was one of those hippies, you would call, back in the 60s, and when I was born in the 70s, and she didn't believe that we should have a TV in the house when I was a kid. So we didn't get a TV. I didn't have a TV until I was about 8 years old. And so I grew up reading books and listening to records and playing outside. And when we finally did get a TV, it was like a little, probably 16-inch black and white TV. And as far as I know, Mom tells me it got more channels, but as far as I know, it only got PBS, because that's all I was allowed to watch. That's all I was allowed to watch.
You probably were the remote, weren't you, Carl?
Click, 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 click.
The real question, Carl, is did it roll?
No.
I know you get that reference.
Yes.
Bang on the
No,
top
it
of
sat
it.
stationary on a shelf. Wow, what am I stepping into here? Whew. 185 proctologists walk to the bar. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve proctologists here." Proctologists say, "Well, don't you point your finger at us." Atari first, and then Nintendo with Mario.
The road. Oh, go ahead, Carl.
No, Kevin, go ahead.
Why did the computers cross the road?
Why?
There was free cookies.
Oh, no, not cookies. I deal with cookies all day.
And Spam.
Okay, Spam I can forgive.
Why did the computers cross the road?
Why?
It was too hard to drive.
Here are a few things that might be said during the course of the next scene. I love this game. It's called Random Lines, and in case you didn't guess, they're all going to have to kind of figure out what to say and when. So, we've got Trey, Haley, Carl, and Laura. And they're going to be, they're going to be involved in some kind of location. Where would you like to put them?
Moscow.
Moscow? Okay. All right. They're in Moscow. And while they're coursing in Moscow, while they're in their scene, they will have to pick up any one of these lines and incorporate it into their dialogue as if it was perfectly natural and supposed to be there the whole time. These highly skilled comedians can do it if you're ready for the challenge, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Moscow!
Oh, honey, I'm so glad we're finally here on our honeymoon. You know, I remember what you said to me before we left for our trip. When I think about you, I touch myself. I My heart is so moved now that we're finally here. Oh, look, these must be some locals.
Great.
Hello. I am Karl, and this is my wife. That's a clean burning hell, I tell you what.
We are KGB agents. Now, this is about the code. Obviously, the poles have been reversed.
See, I knew something like this was going to happen. I told you I didn't want to come here. I wanted to go to Amsterdam.
They look very shady to me.
I even remember telling you when you were booking that flight. I got this. I speak robot.
I should have listened to you. That's
Look,
why.
America. I am of having a moment here. Yes.
Well, as I said, I know I should have listened to you. I mean, that's why I married you, because you're the smartest.
Yeah, I know that. I went to college. You remember what my degree was in, don't you? Bring me more lemon meringue.
And again, your desserts are so wonderful. That's another reason why I married you.
Yeah, we're about to get our dress desserts with these two agents.
Excuse me. They seem like very dumb American peoples. I think we can take them together.
First, I have a question. Thing I have always wondered about Americans.
Yes.
Please, if Bill explaining to me the famous John Wayne quote. I've got a fistful of dollars and an ass full of lead.
Well, my understanding of that quote was always, don't make declarative statements. That's hard to declare.
Well, as we in Moscow always say. So tell me what you want, what you really want.
Take these two back to headquarters.
Whoa,
Get the cuffs.
Hey, we have rights, you know.
Yes.
I mean, I've read the Russian Declaration of Independence. It's titled,
read it.
I'm an old whore. I'll show up for you.
We have heard this about you. And all I have to say about this is, don't forget the shin jelly.
Is that what they do to you in Russian prisons?
You will be finding out.
Oh.
And when you write on the walls, make sure you always write, how many times are you going to play that?
Well, don't I get like one last phone call or one final statement?
Maybe. Go ahead.
Right. This is all I have to say. Mine tastes like burning.
I believe we have hit a new law in the German army. Here in Moscow, we not put up with those simple things. Easy for me to say, sauerkraut. As my mama always says, do you like my new nipples?
Hey! I'm feeling a little brain dead this Monday evening, so I'm hoping that the brain behind me here will kind of like transpose something into my head, like by osmosis, or, you know, liven me up a little bit. At least, you know, it makes me look smarter, right?
Right, absolutely. You could actually say something that sounded pseudoscientific right now, and actually people might believe you.
It was actually, yes. Well, thanks for noticing, Scott. Whatever, I can do it. If you want.
All right. Pick yourself a character off the list.
Well, is it horny teen or camp counselor?
Pick your favorite, either or.
Oh, God. Camp counselor.
Horny camp counselor.
Horny camp counselor. No, that wouldn't be. No. And on that note, I'll keep going.
No.
I also collect Transformers.
Oh shit! What is that?
And these are original Transformers from the 80s.
Hold on. Word is we're very low, but we're there.
Oh.
Okay.
Dead ass meat.
We got somebody who heard me talk about dildos.
All right, I believe I have remedied the problem.
Okay.
One more time. Report is it's out again.
Yeah.
Remembering that we're just behind.
Wait, I heard.
Yeah, remember there's a delay.
Carl growling.
Yep. All right.
I.
We're back. Our disembodied voice from behind the aquarium here. She's probably one of our greatest production assistants ever here. Let's get a hand for her, can we? And of course,
my mom introduced me to Rocky Horror Picture Show and A Clockwork Orange.
Yes.
So, yes, she was a big part in corrupting me at a young age.
Okay, that's
your favorite things about the 80s, please.
Oh, well, I'll start. Grew up as a child of the 80s. I wish I could go back to the 80s. I collected these gross little trading cards that were a parody of a popular toy back then. Toy was Cabbage Patch Kids. Yes. Cards.
Garbage Pail.
Yes, Garbage Pail Kids. And I have to admit it, I'm proud to admit it, I still collect them. And they still make them. Well, as I told you guys a couple weeks ago, since we're doing show and tell, I collect Garbage Pail Kids.
Yay!
And here's some of my original wrappers and some of the original cards. One of the most famous, Atom Bomb and Blasted Billy.
Ooh.
So these are all original cards from the 80s.
Holy shit.
Can't really see them very well with the glare. But I've got tons of, this is just one book of the original cards. I have another one. And then I have tons more from when they started making cards again. But these are all original 80s.
Do you have every single card or like just big chunks?
I have every single card, second, third, and fourth series. I used to have every single card when I was growing up in the 80s. I had every single card from the first through the 15th series when they stopped making them. But unfortunately, in my early adulthood, they were stolen by a very bad roommate.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say you got rid of them because always.
No.
Oh my god.
No, I stupidly got rid of my original Star Wars toys, though.
Yeah.
I have two others.
But I started collecting. These are ones I started collecting again in the 2000s, and luckily was able to find some of the originals. Yeah.
My thing
I remember.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I remember we had a McDonald's. I'm from Hagerstown. We had a McDonald's inside our mall in Hagerstown, and as a kid, they had a metal Ronald McDonald statue outside in the middle of the mall. You could go sit in Ronald's lap and get a picture taken. And then they had different booths.
I think he's still there.
They had like Fry Guy's booth. They had like a Hamburglar booth. They had
And there's a little train.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I remember that stuff from when
They
I
had
was
all
a kid.
this. It was like going to a fun park. McDonald's was then. Now I hate going to McDonald's. Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
About the only movie I can say that I actually inflicted upon other people was Labyrinth, and I inflicted it because I know every single word to that movie and all the songs. And whenever I'd make people watch it, I would quote the entire thing.
Oh my god!
They would tell me to shut up.
Just a spark, a small light in the dark, daring to dance and grow into a flame, glowing bright, yellow, red, and white, flickering for nothing stays the same. Whoa, dance and glow, taste of life as you go. Just a flame, harder to contain, growing more intense with each new day. Feel the heat as we stamp and move our feet, and hear the ancient message that the fire came to say. Whoa, dance and glow. The good days never seem to last, they're gone before you know. Ooh, feel that glow, and savor the taste of life as you go. Just a spark dancing in the dark. Whoa, dance and glow. The good days never seem to last, they're gone before you know. Ooh, feel that glow, and savor the taste of life as you go. Whoa, dance and glow. The good days never seem to last, they're gone before you know. Ooh, feel that glow, and savor the taste of life as you go.